I'm Lori Duchek, Information Officer with the Regional Emergency Operations Center, and it is Wednesday, July 26th. This is our daily operational update with Incident Commander Daniel Klein, and we are focusing right now on the St. Mary's River fire, taking a look at the past 24 hours and where we're at right now. So I'll turn things over to you.
Okay, great. Great. Last 24 hours, not much has changed. So really positive news. Everything is holding within containment lines. No further growth to the northeast, the north flank, northwest. We haven't seen any further growth on any perimeter of the fire. So really positive. Crews continuing to be out there on our perimeters, pushing in deeper into the black, making sure hot spots are taken care of, eliminating any chances of spot fires, and starting to just push in and really lock this thing up and make sure that there's no concerns moving forward.
That's super. So when we hear terms like pushing into the black, maybe you can explain to people what that reference is. It's a term that is often used, but for people, they don't know what that means. So let's maybe just talk about that quickly.
Yeah, so we it's us making sure that there's a really solid perimeter on the fire. So that is, when we say pushing into the black, we literally have crews on the ground, a combination of water or hand tools that are working, 25 feet in from the fire's edge or 50 feet in, and eventually we get to about 50, 100 feet off the fire's edge from the perimeter, that we've had crews essentially in the black, making sure that any heat, any hot spots are extinguished. And it gives us a really nice, why we call it a black line, is because it makes sure that we, around the whole perimeter of the fire, up to 100 feet, have really made sure that it's secure on the perimeter and that we're not going to have any further growth. So that's what we mean when we're pushing into the black. So we start by getting it contained on the perimeter, and then we push into the black to consolidate and make sure it's really solid and it's not going to cause any more concern or have any more chances of spotting.
Super. And obviously the last 24 hours or 36 hours really with that wind and the cold fronts that pushed through, we were watching things very closely. You must feel very encouraged that things are holding pretty stable right now. I know yesterday we were talking about some very controlled, planned, intentional ignitions in some areas of where there were pockets of fuel. Is that work still continuing, or has that been wrapped up now?
No, we probably have 1 or 2 more days of that. So drawing attention to this pocket here. This is that 2017 wildfire that was in this area. This is not an area, again, on my update yesterday, that we had been concerned about because it wasn't showing any type of aggressive fire growth or any kind of impactful fire behavior. But this flank is still something that has a little bit of rank 1, rank 2, and we need to make sure that that's contained. So now that the rest of the fire is in a good place, we're putting our attention here. And the best way to do this is go in here intentionally with ground crews and put some small hand ignitions in here, little strips, and we're just burning off the grass, and we're going to burn that grass off all the way to this road system here. And then we know that we've consumed the fuels to a really, really solid perimeter, pavement, dirt road, and we know it's not going to grow any further, and then we've addressed this area of concern. So that's one area that we're going to have some small scale planned ignitions, and then the other one is the prescribed burn. So like I'd said, it's still backing through there, low intensity, but we want to go in on our own terms when the conditions are favorable, put a bit of fire in here and bring it to this road that is really solid containment line, and then we know that there's going to be no further growth and there's no more fuel for the fire to consume.
Super. So while things are feeling very positive, we're moving in the right direction. This is still an active fire, so we all do need to continue to be vigilant and to be aware of things. Is there anything else you wanted to add on the fire front in terms of what you're looking at in the next 24 hours or anything? Yeah.
So just on the piece here, expect smoke in the air. Right, so people have probably been seeing that there hasn't been much smoke from the incident over the last 2 days. We are probably starting this afternoon, if the conditions are right, people are going to see smoke in the air here, and that's us in there intentionally doing planned ignitions. And then over the next couple of days, we are going to see smoke here. So don't be concerned or alarmed if you see that. That's us being intentional and doing exactly what I just updated the group on. So you guys will see that moving forward, and just make sure that or just have that awareness that that's us doing intentional work. The only last piece is working with the RDEK and ACTM and providing recommendations for reviewing our orders and alerts in the area. And that's a priority for us. We want to get those lifted as soon as possible and as soon as it's safe to do so. So those conversations, especially around the Cherry Creek LD Ranch Road, are ongoing. And we're looking to kind of actively move on some of that stuff now that we feel like we have, we've pushed in deeper. We feel like the threat is decreasing. So just know that people should know that we're working on that with local government, with you guys, and updating that as soon as we feel safe to do so.
Super, and that is always a priority from our end as well, is obviously we want people to be able to be home, but the priority is to make sure that we are putting them home in a way that is safe to do so. So those discussions are happening all the time. We will continue to keep people updated, and the minute anything changes, obviously we will let you know. So very appreciative of your time today as always, and this has been the update for July 26th. Have a great day.
You bet.
Thanks everyone.